Chapter 4. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward an hungered.
Hey, Shalom. First, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, the house of David. Let's get into this. It's gonna be a little understanding of Matthew Chapter 4. Let's go.
Chapter 4. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward an hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God.
Did you hear that? Now, the devil will come. Trials and adversity comes when you're at your weakest, or when you're weak, or when you least expect it. It don't come when you're at your peak. You know, you're ready for the challenge. You're ready for the goal. You're ready to get to work on it. You know, it doesn't come like that. You know, it comes at your lows. It comes at your lows. Remember, this is a fight. A fight. And when the devil see you're sore on that spot, you weak on that spot, he gonna hit it. Like that's like being in a boxing match and you get hit and like in your left rib, you say, stop. Oh, that kinda hurt right there. That's my sore spot. Your opponent is gonna keep tagging that spot. You know? So the tempter came, the devil came, Satan came, the spiritual demon devil came to Yahweh Shai at his low. At his low. To tempt him. And we have to be aware when we are feeling low, when we're feeling weak, we have to put our guards up. Protect our weaknesses because he's coming. They're coming. Adversities is coming. And that's why we should always be praying. Constantly praying.
God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city.
You gotta think about that. Yahweh Shai literally had the ability to turn the stones into bread, and yet he refrained. You gotta remember, he made those baskets of fish and bread. He multiplied them, right? He multiplied them. But yet, when he fasted, he had the ability to do that, but he refrained. He refrained. Yahweh shall refrain from giving into his flesh. You see, he refrained from giving into his flesh. And that's what we're going to remember. That's what we're going to need to remember in the times to come. How Yahweh shall refrain from giving into the flesh, because Edom, the devil, is about to come and cut you off from your devices, cut you off from your that constant source of pleasures, of supply, he's gonna cut you off. He's gonna try to what's that word I'm looking for? He's gonna try to starve you out. He's going to try to starve you out and cause that flesh to give in, cause that flesh to become weak. You know, cause that flesh to become weak so you can give in. You can give in to his demands. You can give in to his temptations. You know, but what Yahushua did, Yahushua remained calm. Yahushua remained calm. You know, Yahushua remained calm. And he didn't give in. He didn't give in to hunger or thirst or this man or his offers.
And setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, He shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Jesus said unto him, It is written again, Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Now when Jesus had heard...
And the same thing is going to happen to the elect. The same thing is going to happen to the elect. You know, once they resist this devil, his temptation, his mark, guess what? They're going to receive that aid. They're going to receive that aid. They're going to receive miracles. They're going to receive spiritual power. They're going to receive spiritual power. They're going to receive it. Yahushua is going to aid them. The devil is going to come with his aid, because that's what the devil was offering him. The devil was offering him his aid. He said, hey, I'll give you a kingdom. Hey, I'll do this and that for you. And Yahushua rejected it because all good things, all those things come from from his father Yahweh. And we have to have the same mindset. We have to know the same thing. We have to believe the same thing. We have to believe that same thing and the same thing. Because once we reject the devil and his aid, Yahweh Shai is going to come with his aid.
That John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee, and leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum, which is upon the sea coast in the borders of Zebulun and Nephthalim, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, The land of Zebulun and the land of Nephthalim, by the way of the sea beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up. From that time Jesus began to preach, and to say, Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Jesus walking...
And what we say, we go out the highway and tell them, say, hey, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Repent, repent, repent. We tell them that Jacob's trouble is coming. We tell them what things about to come, what things about to go down. Again, we're following the elect. It's following after Yahweh Shai,
By the sea of Galilee saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. And they straightway left their nets and followed him. And going on from thence he saw other two brethren, James.
And it don't take much. It don't take much to draw in those who will follow after Yahweh Shai. You ain't gotta win them over by having a having a great debate, you know, giving them this entire breakdown in one sitting. Nah, they gonna hear the word. They gonna hear the word, and it's gonna spring up in them. I mean, I know a lot of you brothers can testify to it, like I can. Like, it was just that I just watched that one video. All it took was that one video. All it took was that one video, and you was convinced. I was convinced. You know, it don't take if it takes you debating a Christian, if it takes you doing all this just to try to convince them to repent, they ain't got it. You know, they probably, there's some brothers it probably took a little bit more, but the word was already working in them. You know, because it probably wasn't no debate that brought them in. Like the sincere brothers and sisters, it wasn't no debate. It was the proper understanding, the proper breakdowns. They digesting the breakdowns bit by bit, and they believed. Why? Because they know Yahushua's voice.
The son of Zebedee, and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. And he called them, and they immediately left the ship and their father, and followed him. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee, and from Decapolis, and from Jerusalem, and from Judea, and from beyond Jordan.
God. Hey, and great miracles gonna happen in our times. Great miracles are gonna happen in our times. You know. Trippy stuff on the left, and miraculous things on the right. That's the times we're living in. That's the times we're coming into. So hey, with that, I hope you was edified. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh in the name of Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elect, the house of David. Until next time, Yahweh willing, Shalom.